I don't know what you're looking at, but this is what I'm looking at because crypto is just on fire today. Can everybody see this screen here? Just raise your hands if you see this. We got total market cap of crypto back over $4 trillion. We got the altcoin index at 67 out of 100. You can see here on the top, it was at 68 just about 5 minutes ago. You got Solana really cranking these all-time highs. 240 bucks it broke earlier. You've got all sorts of things making really big gains, and things are moving up and up and up. I'm going to go to my crypto bubble chart, which is a really nice thing to look at as well. And this is going to show movement on the day of the top 100 cryptos. And you can see we got some big ones really around the meme coin space, which is kind of interesting with Meme Core, Pump Fund, and MYX. And then, of course, Doge is up on the back of the new Doge ETF. And you've just got so many things going on here, folks, just a sea of green. And when you go to some of the other metrics that I look at, you can see the Bitcoin dominance is dropping below 58%. When that gets to 55%, we're in full-blown altcoin season. Over here on this graph, you can see Ethereum dominance coming back up to almost 14%. And then the altcoin dominance really high here around 8.2. The last metric that I'm really watching here is this one here in the middle. And this is the total market cap of all the cryptos minus Ethereum, Bitcoin, and some of the stable coins. And you can see that this is just going through the roof. Yesterday, it went from 830 billion all the way up to 850 billion. And this is just going to keep on pumping. The all-time high of this is only around 1 trillion. So we're not far from the all-time highs. Folks, all of this is pointing us to something that we know is true, and that is that altcoin season is right around the corner. And this is what we love, because this was when most people in crypto are going to make life-changing money, millions and millions of dollars, for some tens of millions, and for some even more. And this is when all of the smaller coins that a lot of people own are going to start to do crazy numbers. So we're on the edge of it. We'll probably get a little bit of a head fake as we come to it, but it actually is happening right in front of our eyes, and we see it with every metric that we can really lay our eyes on, which is pretty incredible. One of the deals that we just recently invested in called Naris Protocol, which is a post-quantum proof blockchain. So quantum computing can't take your crypto, is already trading much higher now than its issuance price. And so all of our members are making money on that thing. And that's just a really good indication as to where that thing is trading. Its TGE was just about 2 weeks ago. And to see it kind of pushing into profits right now is a pure sign that the altcoin market is back, and it's something we're really excited about. Of course, like I said, got some hiccups. We're expecting there is a Fed meeting next week on the 17th. We're expecting a cut. There is about an 80-some% chance of a 25 basis point or a quarter percentage point cut. And there's still about an 11% chance of a 50 basis point cut. And I actually am leaning towards the possibility of a 50 because of some really bad employment numbers that came out and some pretty medium inflation numbers. If they really want to jolt the system, they'll do it. Of course, Powell doesn't want to look like he's kowtowing to Trump. So there's a lot of personalities and politics involved. But that would be a bold move, and it would definitely send markets higher. If we just get a 25 bit cut, I think markets could cool off a bit, but they're trending in one direction, and that's going up. Couple new Solana treasury companies announced yesterday, $1.5 billion and another billion of these companies trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Their only job is to buy billions of dollars of Solana and park it, sit on it basically, and make yield with it. And that's probably what pushed Solana up to 240 bucks. By the way, the all-time high on Solana is $294. We're not that far from the all-time high. We could be there in a few sessions if we keep it up like this. Folks, needless to say, if you're not invested in this market now, you want to do it as soon as possible. This is going to come fast. 4 years ago, the altcoin season lasted, no, 8 years ago, the altcoin season lasted 6 weeks. 4 years ago, the altcoin season lasted 8 weeks. These are short periods of time, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days. So you really want to be prepared before that happens. And I'll show you how we're doing that behind the scenes with all of our pre-sale token deals. Last chance to turn cameras on before we toss people out. So Sergey and Nils and Tony, let me see your beautiful faces along with these other beautiful people here as well. And show me what's going on. Thank you. Oh, Ravi's back. I mean, for a guy as good looking as Ravi, you know, it's shocking his camera's off most of the time. It's always the good looking ones that have their cameras off. Maybe they're just, you know, teasing us. I don't know what it is. But great to see everybody. Tony, let's see your face, and Nils as well. Nils is in our Crypto and DeFi Academy. And I think Nils just made an investment as well I think in Synergetics, which is great. So folks, let's jump in here. Send me some direct messages as we get going. But the big headline is out, and that is Elon Musk, who is saying that we're toast. All right. And that is the Tesla CEO that is giving out this serious warning on the $37 trillion crypto market. Now, you know, Elon's been involved in crypto for some time. He was famously went on Saturday Night Live years back and was talking about Dogecoin. He actually started accepting Bitcoin for Tesla and had a few other things like Litecoin that he was accepting. Since then, he never went all in on crypto the way Michael Saylor did, but he's a guy that's definitely toyed around with it. And he definitely thinks that the fiat currency system, specifically the US dollar, is over. If you remember, he was against the big, beautiful bill, even called out his old buddy Trump on that because he said, how can you pass this thing? Because he just saw more money printing and more debt issuance, and basically the dollar just goes to zero, which means crypto is going up. Now, Elon was the richest man in the world. Apparently, Larry Ellison of Oracle just nudged him out with a big stock market rally in the last couple of days. But look, they're both up there pretty good at around $500 billion right now. And everyone thinks Musk will probably be the first trillionaire. And that probably will happen sometime in the next 5 years. And you know what? God bless him. Someone's got to do it. It's inspiration, I think. Folks, before we get started, just want to see this presentation is for information purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. If you're looking for that, please go find a professional. I also want to give you this free gift, which is how startups raise money on the blockchain. This is actually module 1 of our super premium program called the Investment Club. So Ravi, you would have got that when you joined us yesterday. But for everybody else, you can have a sneak peek at it. And for anybody else who's watching this on a stream, etc., you can go to londonreal.tv/downloads if you want to go ahead and grab a copy of that. For everybody here, I'm going to send you one on our chat through the powers of Zoom. So could you just check your chat right now? And I'm going to send this to you. If you could just reply yes, I'm going to give away something, Martini. I'm going to give away some coins, maybe some Story Protocol coins. But whoever replies yes to me, the first 3 yeses, I'm going to put you down as on my Christmas list. And when Santa comes this year, you might get something in your stocking besides a bunch of worthless meme coins. So there we go. You got the module 1. If everybody could just reply yes if you've received that. Julie looks like she's jumping in there to reply to me, but I've gotten not any love yet. Uh-oh. It said Julian here at London Real is replying yes. Yes, yes, yes. He's taking all your coins, everybody. So yeah, there's still a couple of people there. So if you might have to click on my picture, but just send me a message here on Zoom and let me know if you got that. Folks, in the meantime, let me jump back into this presentation and let's look at everything else that's happening. Thank you, Elisa. I got your message as well. Folks, we also want to give you this free video, which is how to find the hottest crypto presale tokens in 3 easy steps. And we're going to show you behind the scenes how we're making a ton of money. And we're really going to show you how we're using these things called SAFs and safes to make millions, tens of millions, and probably by November, hundreds of millions of dollars. If you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a link to that, and it'll give you a free video that you can watch that. Folks, this is how we're making the big money. This is the way that we have found where we consistently make large amounts of money for our investment club members, and it's called pre-sale tokens. It's a process of buying a token before it actually exists. We buy them privately and secretly from the CEOs. Then weeks, months, sometimes even days later, they get listed on an exchange, and now tens of millions of people can buy these tokens. It's a bit like an IPO. How many people have heard of an IPO before? Can I see some hands? Julie, you know what's up. Doreen's pretty smart, of course. So yeah, an IPO is the same thing. A lot of times we see this massive price action up on an IPO. It's because all of a sudden there are all these new buyers. Now, the company Gemini IPO'd this week. The company Figure IPO'd this week. We actually have small investments in those through a fund that we're invested in. And what happens is that the stock price usually goes way up. Well, the same thing happens with pre-sale tokens, and we're giving our members access to some of the hottest deals in the world before they go public. By the way, this is one of those tokens where somebody could have invested for pennies on the dollar and made a lot of money, and it's a crypto called Solana. How many people here have heard of Solana? Doreen, you probably know what that is, right? Julie as well. Ilana knows, even though her heart rate's probably at 180, Ilana knows Solana. And the truth is that you could have bought this thing for 4 pennies each. Right now, I have it on the screen at 210, but we know it's at 240 right now. So that $1,000 invested would actually be worth more like $6 million today if you would only put $1,000 on that pre-sale. That's a lot of money, folks. Could anybody here use an extra $6 million right about now? Doreen's in. Ilana could use that and a big drink of water, and Elisa as well. Look, 6 million bucks, folks, that really gives you a brand new life. It really gives you a lot of options, a lot of freedom, and a lot of choices that you don't have. And that's what we want to do for the members of our club. Folks, this is a deal that we did very recently. And what you have here is a little bit of a snapshot of the legal document I signed. In that blue circle in the center is the amount that we actually invested, $200,000. Can everyone see that red circle there a little bit below? That's actually the price that we paid per token. That's 1.25 pennies each. We actually got those cheaper than the Solana tokens. Just think about that. Cheaper than the Solana tokens. And what happened? Well, in about 4 hours, we made $4 million. That's a lot of money. And we did it by buying pre-sale tokens in this company called Skillful AI. It was up 20x on the launch. And this is me sitting down on London Real with their founder named Zoltan. And after the episode, he told me, Brian, this is going to 100x. Hold on, you're going to be making 20 million soon. I said, that sounds good to me. And then the next thing he said to me completely shocked me. He said, Brian, I want in on your deal flow. He said, I want to buy tokens for pennies on the dollar. I've seen the money you're making in your investment club, and I want to be a part of it. And I said, Zoltan, surely you're a guy who's huge in crypto and you see deals that are even better than mine. He said, no, Brian, you have a huge media platform with 1 billion views, a 14-year history, 5 million subscribers. You get better deals than I do. You get the tokens cheaper and you get the tokens faster than I ever could with your KOL vesting schedules. And I thought, wow, I never thought a CEO of one of our portfolio companies would want to join the investment club. And so I told him, when I tell you here and everybody that I bump into the streets, I said, there's one way to join. You got to contact Martini and you're going to talk to her. And if she believes that you're a great fit, then that's how you join this club. So I gave him the number for Martini and I told him that she doesn't do discounts, so don't even try. And 2 weeks later, he joined the club. And so folks, now when you join our club, not only will you be with members of the London Real family from around the world, you'll be with high-level CEOs, high-level bankers, lawyers, even some famous personalities that are all in there making lots of money with us. And for me, this is just one of the greatest testimonials for our club. Folks, this is another deal we did called Shrapnel. We were up 20x in 20 days and made a $5 million profit for our group. This is a video game on the blockchain. These are going to get more and more popular in the next 9 months. It's going to be a big narrative. And this one we've done very well on. This is the Mochaverse. And we were up 20x on the launch. This is a digital ID system for a big company called Animoca Brands. This is Yatsu, the chairman here. I'll be hanging out with him in Singapore in a couple of weeks. And we think this is going much, much higher. This is Story Protocol. This has been our big winner for the quarter because it's now up 32x from the price we bought it at probably around 18 months ago. And it had a big rally last week and got up to not only $11 that you can see here, Martina, I think it went up to $11.75 at one point. And this was one of the deals we did with a massive venture capital company called Andreessen Horowitz. We have not only tokens in this company, we actually have shares as well. And so our people are making some really, really big money on this. We have 2 or 3 people that put $50,000 into this deal. So they're looking at a $1.6 million profit. Let me just say that again. They invested $50,000 and they're looking at a $1.6 million profit. That is hard to get anywhere but in blockchain. Now, I worked on Wall Street for about 15 years and worked in cities all around the world. And I've never seen anything that could make that kind of money, especially for normal, everyday people just like you. It just doesn't exist. And that's one of the many reasons we love the blockchain. Folks, this is a meme coin we invested in called Cats. It was up 14x on the day it launched. One of our members, Christina, put in 30 grand in this. She woke up to a $420,000 profit. This is real money, folks. And of course, this is the $1 billion fund that we're pretty famous for investing in. This thing is up 4x and it continues to go higher. This is Dan Tapiero. He is the investor and the manager of that fund, considered by many to be one of the greatest traders in the world. And we're actually going to be investing in his next fund called 50T. And we're actually going to be holding a live call on October 9th. And if you send Martini a direct message, she might even invite you along. And we're going to be investing probably another couple $1 million into this. Dan is a genius. He's got the Midas touch. And he still believes that they have a ton of opportunities to make life-changing money in his next fund, which we're going to be a part of. Martini's in this deal. I'm in this deal, and about 50 members of our club are also in this deal. Folks, I want to share with you some of the deals we're closing out as we speak. It's a really exciting time right now, and there's a lot of narratives going on right now. One of them is artificial intelligence agents. And that's the narrative of one of the investments we're about to close out right now. It's really close to finishing this deal, and it's called Synergetics. Synergetics is an agent-to-agent protocol and patented technology run by an MIT Sloan School professor. Check it out.
I think it's really incredible.
Great presentation. The guy definitely knew what he was talking about.
This is their multi-billion-dollar unicorn legacy play.
I have a track record of actually delivering on startups. That's just me. This is me in the Agentic AI working group at MIT. We got written up in Forbes and MSN organically. And then we were also highlighted by NVIDIA at the Microsoft conference. And we have partnerships with Google, Plug and Play, Guidewire, and so on. So we are sort of like the creme de la creme of the people on this decentralized AI. We are a company that's powering the agent economy, avatars, chatbots, voice agents, and embedded systems. So the market for this is roughly $70 billion, and we believe that we can take a market share of about $7 billion out of this. We have actually deployed agents in the field. We are currently generating revenues. This year we plan to crack low 7 digits.
Show me some thumbs here, please, everybody on the call. So Camille likes it, Christopher Molson likes it, Petia likes it, Daniel Walker likes it. We got Jacqueline Capstick with 2 thumbs up, 2 up from Paul, 2 up from Henry Shiner.
I think this can be a real success. I do see the differentiators with the many other agentic plays it seems.
He really knows his stuff, his experience. I think it's really incredible.
I'm actually working for a financial institution, and we're currently implementing a lot of the AI agents that he's talking about.
You don't teach at MIT Sloan unless you're somebody that's up there. And he's had successful exits for large amounts of money.
We're investing in an expert in his field, and he is at the top of his level.
Booyah, we love this deal. This MIT Sloan professor is the real deal. He's actually got a patent on this A-to-A, agent-to-agent technology. Look, this is the narrative. We're all using AI right now. We're using ChatGPT. There's going to be agents soon, like a travel agent, that you just tell it to do something. Book me a holiday in August and then come back with the details. But what if you could have multiple agents all working in unison? That's what they're building. They need the blockchain to do it. We're about to close this deal. He's actually booked his episode at London Real Martini. He's going to be here early October. He's flying over from the Bay Area. And we're just getting to hot deals, folks. And I'll explain to you how we attract some of these great ones. Look, the second deal I want to show you is an incredible media play. It's like Dragon's Den here in the UK or Shark Tank in the US, but it's for crypto. And they already have one season that's on Amazon Prime. It's been watched 30 million times. And they're filming the next season right now. They feature crypto deals. And for this market coming up, it's the perfect company to invest in. Plus, when we invest in this token, we get tokens of all the companies that go on their show. Check it out.
It looks like a very good project.
Production value is really high.
We've never seen anything like it.
There's a lot of opportunity here.
Kryptonites is not just a TV show, it is a complete ecosystem. Some people call it the Shark Tank for crypto. Projects from across the globe come and pitch to a very elite set of investors. We're an Emmy Award nominated production team. I've been in the entertainment business for about 20 years. We started generating revenue even before we started filming season 1. We generated $4.9 million worth of token revenue. In season 2, we are anticipating $6 million. Plus, our goal is really to make this a global brand, and we want to lead the space with Kryptonites.
VC funding for crypto projects is not as robust as it was last year. Is that a challenge for you right now?
From our point of view, that's not a big challenge. Projects need us more now than ever before because we give them access to that capital. Folks like Blue Whale, I think they raised like over $1 million in that one session. So that's where we make that massive difference.
So if I own some Knight tokens, I'm owning a small piece of every company that's coming on your program in the future.
That's true, every single company. By simply buying the Kryptonites token, you could end up owning 100 different tokens.
2 thumbs up if you like this play. Arno's up, Jose 2 up, Christopher is in, Tracy's in, Federica's in, Oliver's in, Trevor's in, Camille's in, KN's in. Dr. Encore, your thoughts?
They've got the media distribution to actually help these these projects do well and get the word out.
It has an excellent format. Seems to be very experienced in the media. He understands the crypto market, the crypto environment.
So this is an unusual project. It really is diversifying our portfolio. They already have a proven track record of being profitable in season 1.
I love the idea that it's not only investing in the production company, but also potential to invest in the other projects. I'm really excited about this one.
All right, we like Crypto Nights. Pretty cool, right? I was just actually texting with Riaz. I'm going to see him in Singapore. He invited me to a yacht party, Martini, just another yacht party. You know, it's just hard times. You know, I'm probably going to have to turn him down. But look, it's an exciting project. We love it. And it's a great way to get access to some really hot companies. We're closing these projects out as we speak. And we'll have more deals after that. But if you're interested in those, let us know. This is what we do, folks. We attract some of the hottest deals on the planet, and we give you access to things that normally you would never see. And that's really what makes us special. Folks, a lot of people have been asking us recently, how does London Real pick so many winners? How do you get the 10X and the 14X and the 20X and the 22X and the 32X? I think we got our first 50X coming up soon. And we thought long and hard about it, and we realized that success is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The truth is, we've been at this hardcore in the trenches for nearly 4.5 years, which in crypto world is the equivalent of like 40 years, right? It's such a new industry. It's so volatile. Most people can't even last a year in this industry. And we've been here for 4.5. The truth is we built a pipeline, a reputation, intellectual property, which means we literally are a machine for hot deal generation and for massive profits. And we're now offering this to a few new members, and you're getting in at the very best time because we're the strongest we've ever been. Folks, a lot of you have felt like Drake on the top. You've tried to invest in crypto on your own, and you've really struggled. How many people here have ever lost money in crypto? Raise your hand. Come on, be honest with me. Doreen, I appreciate your honesty. Ilana is honest, even on the erg bike. And look, folks, crypto is just a mess when you first get into it, right? You jump into the ecosystem, you don't know what to buy. You go on X and you buy some coin that's been recommended to you by some person with a fake name and a fake picture, probably was a fake coin. It goes down 50% and you say, you know what, to heck with this. I'm going to go back to my normal life. And you miss out because crypto isn't about making money on meme coins. It's a whole brand new financial system. It's really, it's tokenized freedom is what it really is. And so there's another way. You can come along and invest with me and the entire London Real Investment Club with our 4.5-year track record and our incredible gains. And we will show you over the next 10 or 20 years how to create massive amounts of wealth for you and your family. It's called the Investment Club, folks. It's the greatest product we've ever created in our 14-year history. This is a 4-year-old program, and it's just massive. It's the greatest thing we've ever created. It's made the most money, changed the most lives. And this is for you if you've ever struggled with money in your life. Has anybody struggled with money in your life? I know I have. Oh my gosh, right? Gave me so many headaches, so many headaches. And the problem is that our schools don't teach us about money. Our schools teach us to be poor. And right now, most of you are wallowing around in the matrix that tells you to save your money and put it into a bank account. They also tell you your government's going to take care of you when you get old, and your corporation is going to pay for your bills when you can no longer work. Does anyone here believe either one of those things? Raise your hands, not a single person, because you're all smart. You've unplugged from the matrix. And that's what we do. We teach you about digital assets, right? Now, I was having someone complain today that they can't even withdraw money out of their bank anymore. And they said, Brian, we're now living in this dystopian world. And I said, yeah, there's one alternative, digital assets. And that's what we teach in this program. If this is of interest to you, right now, click on one of these links in the chat and book a call with Martini. Type in londonreal.tv/club and book a call with this woman. She will change your life. Okay. She's spoken with thousands of people before. She really will. She's changed more lives than I have. Right. And book that call with her. I'm telling you, that will be a pivoting point in your life. You'll either go one direction or the other. You'll continue with the same results you've had for the past 20 years, or you'll have that moment where you'll be like, oh my gosh, there's another way. Right. You always see those people out there in life that make their success look so easy. Well, it's because one day they decided they weren't going to take it anymore and they were going to change their behavior and make some strong and scary decisions. Book a call with Martini and she'll show you how to do that here with the Investment Club. Folks, we also have a 4-week crypto and DeFi Academy. I run these myself, and this is an incredible course. I started teaching over 4 years ago, graduated thousands of people. It's 4 weeks, 4 modules. It's by invitation only. It's 8 hours of live calls with me personally. You get access to our online e-learning platform with all my videos and workbooks. We have a triple tiered accountability system, so you have to show up and do the work. We've got dedicated coaches, team leaders, and community managers, and you got a private group for posting assignments. It's incredible. In week 1, we teach you about the history of crypto. You read the Bitcoin white paper, learn about the creation of Ethereum, stablecoins, DeFi summer, and more. Week 2, we get into the arena. We start trading. You're going to buy your Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, get your centralized exchanges, set up your hot wallet, set up your cold wallet, and do your first decentralized finance transaction. In week 2, are you kidding me? But we're just getting warmed up. In week 3, you're going to go on and do 3 more decentralized finance transactions. You're going to be within the top 1% of all crypto owners in the world when it comes to education. In module 4, we're going to take you and show you how to manage that portfolio and make ridiculous gains. This is a no-brainer of a course. We've actually discounted it by 60% to a paltry $999. Don't think about this, folks. Click on the link. You're pre-approved on this call at londonreal.tv/buy. Pull out the plastic, go in. I guarantee it'll be one of the greatest decisions you ever make. And by the way, here is for free our 8-step trading checklist, something we share inside the academy. If you go through each one of these steps, I promise you, this will save you thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next few years when it comes to your trading career. Folks, this is the big news. Elon says we're toast, and he's probably right because he's got a serious $37 trillion warning as this Fed Bitcoin price boom is predicted and is now playing out in real time in front of our eyes. What's he talking about? Well, I think you know what he's talking about because he's asking and being asked, will his new political party, the American Party, and the rumor is he's actually going to direct that efforts into electing J.D. Vance as president in 28. They're very close friends, by the way. And Musk says, quote, fiat is hopeless. By the way, fiat is like dollars and pounds, okay? So he said, of course, the world is going to embrace Bitcoin. And Elon knows more than anyone else that there is no stopping our political figures from printing more and more and more money. How many people know what I'm talking about here, right? Our governments are just going to keep printing till the whole thing breaks. And if you know that's true, you're going to have to get out of those dollars and euros and pounds and yen and get into assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more. Folks, this is the trade. And if you're not in it already, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get smoked. You're going to be really left in the dust. Of course, recently, Trump's crypto firm announced a $1.5 billion digital coin deal. This is Alt5 Sigma. This is a publicly traded company in the New York Stock Exchange that's now going to buy the Trump decentralized finance company called World Liberty Financial. They're going to start acquiring those tokens and holding them on their balance sheet. We're seeing so many of these narratives play out. On Wednesday, I hosted Andrew Keys, who is one of the creators of the largest Ethereum treasury company. I had Andrew live on the call, and I said, Andrew, you just put $640 million of your own Ethereum into this company. I said, do you ever wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my gosh, what did I just do? And he said, you know what, Brian? He said, that's why I'm so careful with this company, because it's my money on the line. There's not a single treasury company where the CEO himself has almost $1 billion of his own money in there. And so he's dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And I'm very bullish on his treasury company called the Ether Machine. And one of the benefits here at London Real is not only do we have the experience, not only do we teach, not only do we invest, but we speak live on our show to the biggest players in the world when it comes to crypto. And of course, people are calling for $150,000 Bitcoin as Bitcoin pushes through 115, 116,000 today. This is easily within reach within the next 30 days. And of course, now people are calling for a $10,000 Ethereum. It's gotten as high as just under 5,000. Some people are even saying it can go to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70,000. And of course, Standard Chartered, one of the biggest banks in the world, is now calling for $500,000 Ethereum. The Winklevoss twins were on CNBC Live today after their company, Gemini, went public. And Tyler said, Bitcoin will no doubt go to $1 million. No doubt in my mind. And we keep hearing that over and over and over again. Folks, we know now a new wave or a $15 trillion earthquake is heading straight for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more. And you've got to start looking in the mirror and asking yourself, what am I doing sitting on the sidelines? I'll say one more thing. Owning Bitcoin right now is the stupidest thing you can do because you're looking at a 10, 20% gain. I'm not looking for 10 or 20%. I'm looking for 10 or 20x. How many people want to see that? Steve, you with me here? Doreen's with me. That's why we're here. Alana's with me as well. Now, look, next year, if the market's coming off in a bear market and you want to make 20%, God bless. I don't blame you. But when the market's going to the moon, you need to be all in on the good stuff. Folks, a lot of you know I ran to be mayor of London, and I actually ran on a pro-crypto, pro-freedom of speech message, two things I'm very passionate about. I was actually asking for all the voting to be on the blockchain, the budget of London to be on the blockchain, and I wanted the creation of the London coin and putting 100 pounds of crypto into the wallet of every man, woman, and child. Now, the current mayor, I don't think he wanted everybody to have voting on the blockchain or his budget on the blockchain. And so they resisted. And so I'm just going to make all of you filthy rich instead. Sound good, Steve? Come on, let's do this. Folks, a lot of you know I spend 6 months a year in Dubai because this really is the center for crypto deal flow. And here I am in our studio there talking to my good friend, Dr. Marwan Al-Zaruni. He runs the Dubai Blockchain Center, the AI Center. And this guy is 1 degree of separation from all the big names. This is Uni Wong. She's a massive crypto influencer. A tweet from her can move markets. This is Carl Moon. Carl was working in a grocery store in Sweden a few years ago, and now he's a crypto billionaire. Yeah, with a B. So when I hear people like you send me messages and DM me with all of your excuses, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't know this, I don't know that. I think about Carl at that grocery store and him dreaming of big things. Folks, it doesn't take money. It doesn't take willpower. It just takes going into your own fears. And that's what Carl did. This is Chris Crypto. A few years ago, he was driving a taxi in Germany, and now he's a crypto billionaire. I know these guys. I've seen them do it. Where there is a will, there is a way. If you want this bad enough, you can have it. And if you don't, then you don't get it. It's completely up to you. But don't let your excuses define you. Folks, right now we're investing over $5 million into 15 different blockchain and AI deals this quarter. I tell you that because we know everything that's going on. We speak to everyone, and we can tell you where the trends are going in this space. And it all comes down to this, London Real Ventures. This is the world's first media-powered investment firm. This is our creation, never been done before. And this is what gets you the deals that can create you millions of dollars. It's what happens when you take a media company with a 14-year history, 1 billion views, 5 million subscribers, and you combine it with a venture capital company with $25 million. You put these two together and magic happens. And magic looks like this, our portfolio. What you see here is the best of the best, the creme de la creme of Web3 investments. Each one of these with the potential to become a $5 or a $10 billion protocol. Some already have, all right? What you see here is artificial intelligence on the blockchain. You see decentralized finance. You see games. You see infrastructure plays. You name it, we've got it, and we can pass these deals on to you. In fact, we just passed a major milestone. We've now invested over $22 million into over 100 different blockchain and AI deals. Folks, we're bigger than most funds in this space, and our media arm gives us a massive amount of power. We're the best we've ever been. We're just getting warmed up, and this is a beautiful time to join us to come in for this huge win coming up in this quarter of the year. One of the reasons we win is because we invest with the big money. I'm talking the billion, $10 billion funds, names you've heard of like Coinbase Ventures, Galaxy Digital, ARK Invest, Andreessen Horowitz, even Warner Brothers Music. And of course, we recently received the Best Venture Capital KOL of the Year. KOL stands for Key Opinion Leader. And it was amazing to get this massive honor by our peers here in crypto. And of course, I accepted it on behalf of every member of the investment club. Recently in Dubai, I was given a Lifetime Achievement Award for our investments by the Global Family Office Investment Summit. And of course, the crypto world now knows us as major players. And so whenever they need someone to step in the ring and lace up the gloves, they give us a phone call and we do it. These punk kids out there, you know, they think they know what they're doing when it comes to investing, Martini. And sometimes I got to teach them a few lessons and a little bit of manners. My fight has just been announced on October 1st in Singapore. Get your tickets now. Folks, we think the greatest way to predict the future is just to go out there and create it. How many people want to live their life that way? Come on, show me some thumbs up here. If you don't show me thumbs, you might as well get off my call because I don't need your negativity. We want people that believe they can change the future. We have a history of changing the world here at London Real. So come along with us. Thank you, Ravi. I knew you were with me, Ravi. And so thank you, everybody. We really have, we've had to fight in the past. We've come up against censorship, trillion-dollar tech companies, three-letter organizations around the world trying to cancel us. And we've always fought back and won. And we're going to win here too. And the question is, do you want to be a part of it? We're looking for people that do. And of course, it all comes down to our mission statement written on the wall here at our London Real World headquarters. That is, we're here to create a mass scale transformation of humanity into a fully empowered, conscious, and cooperative species. We are different than everyone else, folks. And that's why we are winning. And that's how we attract some of these great deals. But of course, as all you guys know, for me, it's not just business, it's personal, because I got these two fellas to look out for, and I take that very seriously. This is Caden on the right, who's 9, and Damon in the middle, who's 8. They both own Bitcoin. Damon has a little Ethereum. You know, he's got a little thing for that ETH. And these guys are the ones that I have to provide for and protect over the next 10, 20 years. And I take this very seriously. And what I do every single day is I come into work and I know that I must take risk if I want to get reward. And I know that 10 or 20 years from now, I'm going to need all the resources I need. And I'm going to need to have created a world where my boys can live in. And right now we're looking at some scary things out there, folks, right? We're looking at universal basic income. We're looking at AI powered robots. We're looking at banks that won't even let us withdraw our money out of our bank, right? We're looking at governments that keep printing our currency until it's worthless, that tax us without giving us notice, that inflate our currencies. And so you better start preparing now if you want to protect for the people in your life. Does anybody here have people in your life that you're looking out for, or you will be looking out for in the future? Trust me, your parents aren't getting any younger. Well, I hope you don't give them excuses one day when they come to you and ask you, hey, where's our Bitcoin? Where's our resources? And you don't give them some excuse that you were too busy or couldn't afford it. Folks, they're relying on you. It's time to step up and deliver. I think it's the greatest feeling in life. Folks, this is Michael Saylor, a 2-time guest on London Real and a Bitcoin advocate to the max. He currently owns $75 billion of Bitcoin. He's actually buying another $40 billion as we speak. He actually thinks each coin is going to $13 million, and he believes that AI and ETFs are going to power a decade-long gold rush for Bitcoin. When people want to learn about crypto in my academy and they want to get the latest news, I always say, skip the news, folks. Just listen to the OGs talk about the big stuff. Go listen to Michael Saylor. Go listen to Dan Tapiero. Go listen to Yatsu. These guys will teach you why we're in this space. And this is what Michael taught me.
We went from investing 250 million in Bitcoin to 425 million in Bitcoin to eventually $1 billion in Bitcoin to $2 billion in Bitcoin to just slightly less than $4 billion.
You said there are decades when nothing happens and there are weeks when Bitcoin happens.
So every decade, there's some profound paradigm shift. It's such an out of the blue idea that no one can conceive of why you would even want it. What you've got is a lot of people questioning all their premises, and rising through that chaos is a new idea. What if I can encrypt energy? What if I can encrypt money such that nobody on earth, no government can debase it, no corporation can steal it? I don't trust anybody. I'm going to create a shared immutable ledger, incorruptible, immortal, transcendental ledger. If I can transfer $1 million of value from me to you without an intermediary, that means I have transcended the political realm.
You said, Brian, I like Bitcoin because it has low aspirations.
The idea of Bitcoin was, how do I create a protocol that's fair and equitable that I give as a gift to the world that no one can control? If you're going to do it and you understand thermodynamics, and if you have any sense of genetics or biology or physics, you realize you need to be very humble in your aspirations. How do we give the gift of property rights, freedom, and sovereignty and empowerment to everybody on the planet? The best idea 30 years ago was YouTube or Google Maps, Twitter or Facebook or email. I think the best idea for the next 30 years is digital energy. Everybody can own their stuff and nobody can take it away from them.
You like him, Michael? I love listening to Michael. I can listen to him for days on end. Michael really is seeing the future, and he literally puts his money where his mouth is. He was the original treasury company. So all these Ethereum and Solana ones, they're just following his lead. And it's just incredible what he's done. My takeaways are this. Number one, crypto is encrypted energy. It really isn't money anymore. It's actually walking around with a pocket full of energy. No government can debase it. No corporation can steal it, because this crypto actually transcends money. It's the strongest and soundest money we've ever experienced in our life. Folks, if you didn't realize it, 2025 is the year of crypto, and you've almost missed the whole thing. You're going to blink, it's going to be New Year's Eve, and you're going to think, how did I miss one of the greatest opportunities of my life? It's not too late. There's still time to get in. The altcoin index is not at 80 yet, okay? But you got to move fast. You need to have some skin in the game here, or you're going to miss this massive move. And I say this every time I meet people, and I cannot say it loud enough. It's so important. So where and how do we invest? Well, first you have to find the hottest trend, and I'll share with you our investment thesis shortly. But there's one thing you will never, ever, ever, ever find on your own, and that is deal flow. To get those top 1% or 1/10 of 1% deals where you see those 20x, 30x, 40x, 50x, you have to be in a very rarefied air and a very special place in the world. And that's what we do here at London Real. And that's why I spent the last 5 years of my life traveling the world, building the relationships that will acquire the deals that can make you millions and tens of millions of dollars. And here I am, one of my first tours to Dubai. On the left, I'm hanging out with Carl and Chris, of course, meeting with members of government, influencers, and venture capitalists. From here, I was off to Paris, France, where I sat down at a private dinner with some of the biggest VCs and the hottest projects on the planet. Of course, I'm shooting documentary films, doing media, meeting more influencers, and of course, more VCs. From there, I went back to London. I had to sit down with Yatsu of Animoca Brands, go to the Token 2049 conference. I had to meet the alpacas. Those were real alpacas there, actually. More influencers and more VCs. And then I had to get on a flight to Austin, Texas. This is Consensus, one of the biggest conferences in North America. I got to hang out with movie stars like William Shatner, other stars like Alex Jones. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see me sitting down with 14 members of the investment club. Can everybody see us down there on the right? Doreen, you see that hooting and hollering? We're having a good time on there because we're just making so much cash, right? Big money, changing the world forever, making lifelong friends. It's a lot of fun, that group, I won't lie. Of course, from there, I was off to Singapore, where I'll be in a couple weeks. There, I'm doing media, meeting influencers, and I'm changing the color of my suit. What am I doing here, Elisa? What am I doing? From white to orange to red to blue? I don't know. Going a little crazy. Some say my mom didn't give me enough attention, and I'm making up for it. I'm definitely making up for something. But these suits really attract a lot of attention, and sometimes they attract those deals. And so what can I say? If these suits can make you money, then I'm going to go crazier. I got an even crazier one I'm going to take to Singapore in 2 weeks. Of course, from here, I was off to Toronto for the Consensus Conference this year. Again, hanging out with more influencers, more VCs. And in the bottom right, you can see me with about 35 members of our investment club. We're getting crazier every year. And we're meeting up in Miami next year, May 5th to the 7th. Hopefully by then you'll be a member of the investment club and you can join us then. Of course, I always make it back to Dubai because this is my home away from home, where I'm on stage interviewing people, premiering our films, and hanging out with the biggest influencers like CZ of Binance here, who's a legend in the space. Folks, this is how we source the deals that are going to change your life forever. Next, you've got to invest with the best. What does that mean? Well, this is the number of deals we're going to look at every single week. We're going to boil these down into 2 or 3 protocols that we're going to bring on those calls on a Monday and Thursday night. By the way, you're welcome to join us on the next call. Send Martini a message now. Just send her a message, real easy. Click her picture and say, hey, Martini, can I come to the call on Monday? Boom, we'll have you there. You can see what goes on. It's incredible. But folks, you got to understand the financial tools. And none of you understand pre-sale tokens. I bet none of you have ever done a pre-sale token deal, and you're scared of them. And so you're going to go buy stupid coins on stupid exchanges, and you're going to get stupid returns. And that's what most of the world does in crypto. It's really sad, but there's another way. But first, you have to know why and how you invest. And we believe that early stage Web3, metaverse, and artificial intelligence investments represents the hottest opportunity on the planet. Why? Well, number one, you buy at these super low valuations. I'm talking pennies on the dollar. Number two, you see the biggest gains possible. Number three, you invest in what I call the biggest dislocation of wealth in human history. Yes, it's high risk, but the reward is even higher. And it's all about pre-sale tokens, folks. Buying tokens before they exist from the CEO. Then when they go on public markets, millions of people clamor to buy them, and the price often goes up. And of course, this is what happened with Solana. How many people are familiar with Solana? Now trading at 240 bucks. But did you know you could have bought it cheaper? Can everyone see that red circle there? Steve, you can see that, right? April 5th, 2018. Can everyone see the blue circle? 4 pennies. This is publicly available information, folks. It's on the blockchain, but very hard to find because Coinbase doesn't want you to know this, do they? Because why would you pay 240 bucks if you knew you could have bought it for 4 pennies? What happens? Well, you know what happened. 4 pennies went to 240 bucks as of today, and that $1,000 invested would be worth $6 million today. Who here could use an extra 6 million? Just so I know, Doreen's in, Martini's in, Steve's in. Julie's like, no, Brian, more money, more problems, right, Julie? Keep it simple. Keep it simple, right? Problem is, if you make 6 million, Julie, you're gonna have a lot of friends, right? Relatives that want to borrow money from you. Look, folks, it's all about getting into this deal flow. And for me, that money equals freedom. How many people want more freedom in their lives? Anybody? Raise your hand, right? I think everybody does. I'm talking about the freedom to quit your job, the freedom to start your own business, the freedom to give your money away, the freedom to put your grandkids through college. That is amazing. And that's what we want to give you here. Now, quick question. Did anybody buy Solana for 4 pennies each? Just raise your hand. Not a single person. Why? If we really zoom out, why? I'll tell you why. Because on April 5th, 2018, you didn't have a Brian Rose in your life that texted you and said, hey, how would you like to invest in this new deal? Who here would have loved to get a text on that day from me that said, hey, Steve, Doreen, how would you like to invest in this deal, right? You might as well get the text. You don't have to use it. That's what we're doing. And folks, this isn't a hypothetical situation because this is what I do every single day. I live for this, folks. I've got a problem. Martini will tell you, I don't usually take any days off, right? I live for this. And this is my investment club group here in Telegram. Martini doesn't take any days off either, by the way. This is the investment club group in Telegram, and I post a deal here every single day, right? You click on the link, boom, within 30 seconds, you invest in the deal. And that's my job, folks, to get you the highest quality deal flow and make you the most money possible. And it reminds me of one of my favorite movies called Wall Street, where Gordon Gekko said the most valuable commodity I know of is information. Think about that, folks. He didn't say it was a stock or a bond or a piece of real estate. He knew the right information at the right point in time is how you make billions and billions of dollars. How many people agree with Gordon? Most valuable commodity is information. Think about it. And that's what I do. I'm trying to get you the exact deal at the exact point in time so you can make that decision. And let's be clear, I don't invest your money for you. Steve, Julie, Doreen, that's an insult in my opinion. I give you the opportunities and you decide. My job is to educate you over the next 10 years and turn you into an investing powerhouse, right? A guru. And then you don't even need me. That would make me happy, all right? We educate and then we invest alongside you and everyone invests together in the group. Folks, how do you create generational wealth? You got to pull the trigger. And that's what all of you are doing right now. You're sitting on the sidelines and you're watching these deals go by. I've seen a bunch of you here before and you watch another show here and I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing here? I'm going to throw you off this call, right? Because for you, this is a spectator sport and that's not cool. You need to get in the arena, as Theodore Roosevelt once said. You don't know anything until you pull the trigger and execute. I do not believe you can learn much from other people. I think you have to do it yourself. And yet most of you are going to sit on the sidelines and you'll never experience a pre-sale token deal. You'll be in fear of it. You think it's complicated. It's so easy to do. It's not even funny. I mean, Martini, we had 3 members of our crypto academy invest in deals over the last 2 days, and it took them about 30 seconds to do each deal. Right. And now they're like, oh, this is easy, Brian. Now I can see how you guys are making so much money. But for all of you, you're sitting there on the sidelines, you still haven't done it. And it reminds me of a video one of my mentors used to play for me of 2 lions. And you can tell me which lion you are. And maybe you can send me a message and tell me whether you're the first lion or the second lion. And my mentor used to play this video for me in order to describe how risk averse I was. He's like, Brian, you're an engineer. You overthink everything. He used to say research is procrastination in disguise. And he said, this is you, Brian. You're seeing all these opportunities go by. Oh, maybe I should do that. Oh, no. Maybe I should do that. No, Mo, that's too scary. Maybe I should do that. No, I'm tired. Maybe I should do that. No, I don't have enough money. Maybe maybe that one. Maybe that one. no, let's wait. I'm tired. And then someone else comes along and just picks one of them and says, thank you very much. I'll take that one. And he used to play this to me over and over again and say, Brian, what are you doing? Does anyone ever feel like that first lion, right? Watching things go by, right? And it's just like, oh, you have all the excuses in the world. He said, because we're all naturally risk averse. And so he used to say, Brian, you need to engineer risk into your life, because that's the only way you're going to learn anything is by taking action and pulling the trigger. And he was right. Once I started doing things that look scary, I started winning more. The more risk I take, the more I win, period. That's all there is to it. And so now I always try to be the lion at the end. Now, sometimes I'm this lion where I just watch things go by and then I catch myself and I think, what the heck are you doing, Brian? If you're not doing something a little scary once every couple of weeks, then you're leaving a lot of cash on the table. And that cash looks like this, folks. This is our portfolio. Each one of these companies with the potential to become the next $5 billion, $10 billion company, making every single one of the members of my club absolutely filthy rich. That's my goal. We're working on that. We're having a lot of success lately, and we're going to have a lot more. And it's all because of London Real Ventures. If it wasn't for this, folks, I couldn't change your life. If it wasn't for this, the CEOs wouldn't be coming on my show, right? If it wasn't for this, none of that stuff would happen. And thanks to that show and thanks to this deal flow, it puts me in a position where I can actually offer these things to you. And so it's your opportunity as kind of part of the London Real Army to jump in on that and say, you know what, Brian, we're going to use this vehicle that is the London Real Ventures, and we're going to come in. And what it's going to do is this. It's going to bring the CEOs in. It's going to give you access to deals that would normally require $1 billion fund. And it all comes down to my quadruple threat. Number one is production. The CEO, like Raghu of Synergetics, is going to fly in from Silicon Valley next month, and he's going to sit down in my studio in the leather chair for 2 hours. He can't wait because he knows we're going to create the best piece of media he's ever done in his entire life. We're going to take that. We're going to distribute in front of 5 million potential customers. He's already going crazy. Then 3, I'm going to connect him with the Yatsus and the Tapieros and all the big players. And then number 4, I'm going to write him a $200,000 check. I'm telling you, Steve, there's not a CEO on this planet that can say no to this offer. Not a single one. And that's how I can get you the big deals. If I didn't have this, I'm telling you, my sweet smile and the color ties are only going to get me so far, right? It's this that gets us the deal flow. And we put together something extremely unique. No one else is doing it. And that's why we're having so much success. Last point here is, how do you learn how to invest? The truth is, you got to surround yourself with the best. And most of you, quite frankly, are not. And that's why you're not having the success that you want. How many people agree with this statement? You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Come on, Doreen knows. Julie, you look pretty smart. You know this is true. Steve knows it's true. But why? Well, who are you hanging out with? Steve? Does anybody here have a toxic family member in your life? Does anybody here have an old friend from high school that still acts like they're in high school? Is anybody hanging out with people that aren't exactly going to be the next billionaire? Come on, be honest. Well, if you're not hanging out with these high-level, high-performance people, how do you expect your life to change? The single biggest determinant of your success in the future is the 5 people you hang out with, bar none. It's not your degree. It's not your money. It's not your country. It's the people you're hanging out with, right? If you lay down with dogs, you're going to get fleas, right? And this is what happens. And when a lot of us get comfortable and we just hang out with the same old people, some of you guys, I know you are your big fish in a little pond, right? Maybe you're the most aspirational person in your group and you feel like you're the most accomplished and it makes you feel good. Yeah, that's not going to get you to the next level. You need to be hanging out with people that make you feel like a loser. You need to hang out with people that make you feel poor. I know billionaires in Dubai that feel poor when they hang out with their friends, and they make fun of them because all they have is a measly $1 billion. And these guys have 20, 30, 40 bill. I know it sounds silly, but they like that because it motivates them every day. Are you doing that? Probably not. And I realized that I probably did this for the first 10 years of my life unwittingly, I think. Now here's Brian on the left, 16 years old, making $6 an hour with my brand new car. And I'm in San Diego, California. I probably would have stayed there, and I probably still would be making minimum wage today if I hadn't moved out. Now, what I did was I studied hard in school and I got the grades and I flew all the way across the country to Boston and I went to MIT. 4 years later, I graduated with the smartest kids in the world. This is a new peer group and definitely an increase, but I'm still broke as a joke as a college kid and I needed to make some money. So I took those grades and I went to Wall Street and I got a job at Bankers Trust, 33rd floor, Bankers Trust Plaza next to the World Trade Center. And there I was with about 300 alpha males and females, ruthless traders making between 9 and 12 million bucks a year each. And if you get in the way of their money, man, they'll run you over, literally, physically, figuratively. But they taught me how to make a lot of money. And a few years later, I was doing the same. Folks, if you want an accelerated pace of anything in your life, you've got to get around the right people. Now, Steve, let me ask you a question. What if you tell your friends after this call, maybe you meet them up at the pub or something, and you say, guess what, guys, I'm making 10 million bucks this year in crypto with Brian Rose of London Real. What are they going to say, Steve? They're going to laugh a little. They're going to be like, oh, no, really, Steve? Not this Bitcoin thing again. You've been talking about that for 4 years. Where'd it get you, Steve? Right? They're like, come on, there's Steve again, that crazy guy. Yeah, God bless him. Right? They don't really believe in you. That's the problem with these family members and these fair weather friends. You know what? They want you to be successful as long as they're not more successful than them, right? They love you, but love you just the way you are. And as soon as you punch out of that, you make them very uncomfortable. And that's why it's so hard to do it in your current group. Now, I want to get you around people that believe in you, Steve. And that's why I created the Investment Club. So you can hang out with Marianne Bartels. Now, Marianne's one of our founding members. She's a 35-year Wall Street veteran. She's worked for Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and she's made her clients tens of billions of dollars. Now, Steve, what's Marianne going to say when you tell her you want to make 10 million in crypto? What's she going to say? She'll say, Steve, baby, 10 million bucks. Why are you playing so small, Steve? Mr. Rice, let's make 100 million bucks. Let's make 10 billion over 10 years. Let's step it up, right? Now, who here wants to be around a Marianne? Come on, Steve, right? Who here wants to be? I mean, come on, we're not, how much longer we got on this planet? 20, 30 years? Don't you want to go out with a bang? You only live once, right? You might as well go for the swing for the fences. I'm telling you, you start hanging around with a Marianne and she's going to push you to the next level. And you can hang out with her on our Zoom calls, right? You go try to buy her a coffee in New York City, she can walk right past you. Why would she hang out with you? But in the investment club, you're one of her peers. This is Tigran, one of America's top 100 criminal defense attorneys, one of the most sought after litigators in the country. This is your new peer group, one of our founding members. He was out in Beverly Hills recently, took Martini out to dinner with a bunch of our members, bought them all flowers, paid the tab. This guy moves different. When you hang out with him, Steve, he's not talking about the score on the ball game. He's not talking about the Netflix series he spent 8 hours watching. He's talking about the next billion-dollar idea that you guys can invest in. This is your new peer group. This is Andrew Haynes. He's one of our technical wizards. Here he is, graduating from one of the top executive training schools in Switzerland. This guy will jump on a Zoom call and answer any question you have about any protocol, any gaming project, any DeFi, you name it. He's got you covered. This is Dr. Encore. 4 years ago, he was in medicine. He took our Crypto and DeFi Academy. He graduated, took our Kings of DeFi program, graduated, was the founding member of this club. We hired him a year ago to source deal flow for us. This is your new peer group. I'm talking about next level people. And guess what? I got 146 more of these people, all waiting for you to step up your game and pull the trigger and jump into the new version of you. Or you can keep doing what you're doing. How's your program working out? That's what one of my mentors used to say. How's your program working out for you? Well, then keep it up, or you can change it. It's up to you. And this is our family, folks. These are snaps, selfies I took behind the scenes at a bunch of our events. And what you see is a bunch of people that just love spending time together, love making money together, love changing the world. This is a private event we did in London. A bunch of people flew in, and we're really good at this, and we're just going to keep it up. Folks, I believe your net worth is your network. How many people agree with that here? Will then pay the price to get in the right room. I'm telling you, Martini, people will pay for a meal, they'll pay for a handbag, but they won't pay $1 to get in a peer group. It boggles my mind. This will change your net worth more than anything you'll spend money on for the rest of the year, and yet most people just don't even get it. Folks, we believe you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. We teach people how to fish. Every Monday and Thursday, you come on those calls, you're going to get smarter and smarter and smarter. And the more you learn, the more you earn. And that's why we created the Investment Club. Because back in 21, we did our first token pre-sale deal with a gaming company called Cross the Ages, one of the hottest ones out there. And I won't lie, folks, this deal really scared me. It freaked me out, had me shaking in the knees because I didn't know how they did business on the blockchain, right? I had a random stranger on a Zoom call. About 20 minutes later, he said, send $100,000 in stable coins to this wallet. I said, bro, what are you, crazy? I need 2 weeks. I got to do my due diligence. My lawyers have to look at this. He said, you got 19 minutes, bro, if you want in on this. And he was right. I was going to miss the deal. We did the deal. We made a lot of money. But at the time, I thought, man, these are a bunch of cowboys, right? Here I am, Mr. MIT hotshot, Mr. Banker for 15 years. And yet I could see these pre-sale tokens, man, it's a recipe for disaster or generational wealth. And I thought to myself, you know what? What do? We could ignore this and stay away from the risk, or we could embrace it and shepherd some chosen London reelers through the journey of a lifetime to create more money than they've ever dreamed of. What do? Well, I talked to Martini and we decided to go all in. And 4 years later, we're just getting warmed up, folks. This is incredible. It's the greatest product we've ever created. We're changing more lives with this product than with anything we've done in London Real in 14 years. Think about that. It's crazy. And here are the details. It's an application-only program. We open up only 10 spaces available per quarter. They're always oversubscribed. And then I think they're almost gone for this quarter. There's only, I think, a couple left. So if you want to move fast. This has been very, very busy this quarter. We got people from the Middle East and throughout North America that want to join this now. It's 6 modules, 3 months of coursework. It's a 12-month program. But guess what? It's turned into a lifetime program. You've got this for the next 10, 20, 30 years of your life. Isn't that incredible? Weekly live Zoom calls with top CEOs. We actually do 2 a week, sometimes 3 and 4 CEOs. You got a private Telegram group. You get access to all the deal flow. And if you don't know crypto, no problem. If you never bought a Bitcoin, we'll give you for free a full year of our Kings of DeFi program and bring you up to speed. I've had people join the program with 0 crypto experience, do their first deal in 2 or 3 weeks. Easy. Next live call, Thursday, 7 p.m. We teach this remote to countries all over the world. And this is the syllabus. Module 1, what is a crypto pre-sale token? I sent you that already, or you downloaded it. Module 2, what is a SAFT? Who knows what a SAFT is? Raise your hand. Not a single hand up. That always shocks me because your lack of knowledge is what's going to keep you in a cycle of poverty. And unfortunately, none of you are learning how you can become wealthy. It's not hard, folks. You've got to find the right mentor, the right teacher, and the right group, and it's all there, but you're not doing that. So I feel like you're destined to this cycle of poverty, constant struggle around money. A SAFT is a simple agreement for future tokens. It's how the rich get richer. And that lack of knowledge is why the poor stay poor. Which one do you want to be? Module 3, how to identify early winners. We're going to show you how to conduct pre-sale due diligence on any company very, very fast. Module 4, how to generate new deal flow. I'll show you what conference to go to, what ticket to buy, what to wear, and how you can use QR codes you scan on your phone to send deals back to the group in real time. Module 5, how do we nurture these deals like Story Protocol into $6, $7, $8 billion companies? And module 6, what do you do with all the cash? You're going to have so much money, you're not going to know what to do with it, right? I'm watching that show Narcos on Netflix. They got so much cash, they don't even know what to do with it. They're burying it. They don't know what to do with it, right? I recommend you save some, you spend some, and you put the rest back into these deals. Create that wealth for your grandkids. This is our Telegram group. This is our Discord group. And here are the details, folks. As I mentioned, we are oversubscribed. Martini's working 24/7, fielding all the calls. We kept this secret for a while, but in the last 18 months, everyone's seeing our deals. They're seeing the CEOs, and they see how well we're doing. And they want in, and they want in now. The investment in the mentorship, in the peer group, in the education, and the deal flow for the next 10 or 20 years is $50,000. That gets you the hottest deals in the world. Now, look, I understand that's a significant investment. I used to make $6 an hour. I get it. But I also know that that gets you unlimited financial returns. Could be $50 million. Could be the greatest investment you ever make. And of course, your chance to take part in the greatest wealth creation event in human history, ending now. And of course, the special investment opportunities, Synergetics and Crypto Nights, they're going to end in the next 7 days. If you want in, then move fast. And those are great deals. By the way, this is the deal from last quarter that you missed. This is a SAFT agreement. Don't let it intimidate you. Now, that deal was up 466% in one day. Why do I show you that? Because if you had just stopped the procrastination, stopped the research in disguise, stopped the excuses, stopped the na, and put 10K in this deal, you would have paid for the entire club for the rest of your life. Imagine hanging out with Tigran and Marianne and Andrew and Dr. Encore. Imagine being with me and the $1 billion founders. You would get rich just being on those phone calls, except you didn't do this because you came up with an excuse and you're like the lion, you watch another deal go by. When are you going to stop and take a bite? You deserve it. And you've seen our track record, folks. 20x in 20 days, a $5 million profit. Mochaverse up 20x. Skillful AI, $4 million profit. $1 billion fund up 4x. Cats up 14x. And of course, the big win, Story Protocol up 32x. Will soon be distributed $16 million to our investment club on one deal. And I got a funny feeling it's going to go a bit higher in the next few months. Folks, this is my pledge to the members of the club. I'm going to create $10 billion for them in the next 10 years. And at this case, and at this rate, it's going to happen in 5. Folks, we got amazing members. They all have stories. They've all created videos, and they all have real names. You can go to londonreal.tv/club, and you can watch any one of those videos. Carol says every member is both a learner and an investor. This is Joe. He says the window of opportunity is closing quite quickly, and you know he's right. You're about to miss it. This is Jerry. He's just honored to be part of the club, loves the vibe, loves the family feeling. This is Dr. Yvette. She's a single mom with 4-year-old twins. What's your excuse? I guarantee your excuse pales in comparison. You're busy? No, you're not as busy as she is. And she's done 13 deals. You're as busy as you tell yourself that you are. That's just the truth. This is Jens, who asks, how can you afford not to do this? 6 months now, you're going to look back. I guarantee you're going to kick yourself if you miss this. This is Petya. She couldn't afford the club. She couldn't afford it, and she joined anyways. She forced herself to go find the money, and guess what? She found it, and then she found more, and then she found more. She paid for the price of the club. She paid the 50K, and then she started investing in deals. Now she's done 75 deals, $5,000 minimum. Do the math, right? By making that bold decision, she's already become a wealthy person. Are you ready to do something like that? She deserves that. This is Chris Roy. He said the deal flow is beyond what I expected. Joining was the best decision I ever made. We love Chris because he invests alongside with his 14-year-old son. His son puts in 1,000. Dad puts in the balance of 4,000, and they've done crazy deals together. We got fathers and sons. We got husbands and wives. We got boyfriends and girlfriends. We got mothers and daughters, and we really encourage that. We think it's a family affair, and this is what Chris said about the club.
What the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals, a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals, and that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week, and for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
Booyah. We like Chris, feeling those vibes. Look, he's an amazing dude. The truth is, everybody's got those vibes in there. Everyone wants you to win, but they also expect you to show up and make a boatload of money, right? They don't want you just hiding on the sidelines, and that's why we like them. Folks, it only takes one. One of these deals can change your life forever. Look at Story Protocol. 50 grand in, $1.6 million out. Simple, easy. Do you have one? Get one, maybe get 5, and then you're going to be set for this bull run. Final thoughts. Don't let this year pass you by. You've already missed most of it. You got a limited time left. Pull the trigger, right? Don't wait. January, this is gone. Do it sooner than later. Every day you're not in is a day you're missing to make these life-changing gains. Of course, you can learn early stage investing now. What I teach you, you can use your entire life. Remember that liquid tokens and equity you can buy on an exchange right now have limited gains. If you go see a token right now on an exchange, someone like me has already made 50x on it. It's too late for you. You have to go early stage. And of course, this is a chance to learn from active elite investors for only $50,000. I know Dan Tapiero. If you asked him, Dan, I want you to teach me how to invest in crypto and give me access to all your deals for the next 20 years for 50 grand, he would laugh and throw you out of his office. Dan wouldn't do it for $500,000. He's too busy. So this is actually incredible value. And of course, it's a significant investment, but it's got unlimited financial return. And now, thanks to Martini, we have a payment plan. So for $10,000 a month, you're in after 6 months. What does that mean? Actually, you can get in immediately after your first 10K payment, right? You can get in literally within the next hour, you can start investing. And so that means you could take another 5K, put it on Synergetics, 5K on Crypto Nights. You're going to have tokens next month, and you're off to the races in a bull market. Folks, that only happens now. You couldn't have done this 6 months ago. You won't be able to do this 6 months from now. Take advantage of this now. And of course, it gets you the best deal flow in the world. Remember what Warren Buffett said, the best investment you can make is in yourself. He was talking about getting in the right peer group, not your current one with your toxic family member and your friends that are going nowhere. I'm talking surround yourself with high performance people, billionaires becoming decabillionaires who want to bring you along for the ride. I'm telling you, spend money to do this. Best way to do this is to book a call with Martini. The links are there in the main group. All of you, go click on the main group and click on one of those links and book a call with Martini. All right. It boggles my mind, the people that don't want to make one single step towards your future, right? This is the closest opportunity you're going to have to create that generational wealth in one crypto cycle. There is nothing like it out there. Again, I've traded in the financial markets and on most continents. I've seen stocks and equities and bonds and commodities and you name it. I've never seen anything like crypto. And if you want to have a conversation with Martini and find out if this is the right thing for you, she's there. Just don't waste your time and make sure you're serious. And if so, book that call. And of course, join our 4-week Crypto and DeFi Academy. It's a no-brainer, regardless whether you join the investment club or not. Again, discounted by 60%, only $9.99. It's 4 weeks, 4 modules, invitation only. You get 8 hours of live calls with me, my online e-learning platform. You got my triple-tiered accountability system. You got dedicated coaches and team leaders. This is a no-brainer. This is the best course in the world. I've bought every course out there. Nobody teaches this. Nobody's graduated thousands of students. Seriously, just pull the trigger. It's LondonReal.tv/buy. Seriously, go to this right now, pull out the plastic and join it. It's a no-brainer. This alone is worth 10, 100 times that in the amount of money you'll make on the back of this course. Folks, what is your why? When it all comes down to it, we've got people that we're looking out for in this world. Are they important to you? If they are, you better start taking risk now. You can't sit on the sidelines and no one's going to give it to you. And when they come to you years from now saying, what do you have for us, grandpa and grandma? What do you have for us, auntie or uncle? What do you have for us, mom and pop? Please don't give them some excuse because you had the opportunity right here. Maybe you were too scared to take it. Maybe you don't believe you deserve that wealth. Maybe you procrastinate. I don't know what it is. But the point is aren't they worth it? My guys are worth it. And so I'm going to make this happen come hell or high water. Trust me, I'm going to make it happen. And I think you should take the ownership in your own life. So pull the trigger and go through the fear and get it done. Folks, here's the video I promised you, LondonReal.tv/bonus. It'll show you how to find the hottest crypto pre-sale tokens. Go watch that video for free. And of course, come join us on our next live pitch call. I think actually Monday, 7 p.m. London time is the next one. Or just click on that link and send Martini a message and she'll send you the link and you can join us. You'll love the call. It'll be amazing. Folks, I'd love to answer some questions. Was that helpful? Doreen, was that helpful? Was that helpful, everybody here? It's always great to have people here and I love seeing your faces. So thank you so much for being here. Crypto has been ripping in the background while I've been yapping. Ethereum's over 4,600. Bitcoin's broke 116. It's going nuts, folks. How many more of these green seasons do you want to go through until you realize it's time to pull the trigger? That's my question for you. Look at this. It's all in the green here. Look at this. Green, green, green. Ethereum's up almost 5% in 24 hours. Solana up 6%. What do you need to see? I mean, how many more of these green candles do you have to see until you realize you better get in now? It's not too late, folks. Market cap of crypto, 4.5 trillion. Altcoin index, 67 out of 100. That'll be 80 soon. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Come join us. Folks, I can see we got Martini here. which is rare because she's usually on a phone call with someone who wants to join. Martini, would love to get your thoughts.
Yes, absolutely. Well, great call today, and it's definitely good to see everybody here. And like you said, Brian, it's always good to see all that green on the charts for sure. And where I'm from in Vegas, the only color that matters is green. So good stuff that we have here. So hopefully everybody enjoyed your time on the call today and you were able to get some value and really take a look at some of the options that are available to you when it comes to investing in early stage companies that are here to change the world. And so in taking a look at it, it only takes one, right? So one opportunity, one phone call, one masterclass, one investment that can really change the trajectory of your life and everyone that you love and all that are involved. So if that is something that you're looking into, because it's great to have these options, and a lot of the times, we go day by day, as Brian said on a couple of calls ago, living the same yesterday over and over again. And so now is really time for a change. And we're in the season right now to where you can easily pivot and start planting seeds for a greater future. And why not take advantage of this opportunity that is not available to the general public, but for us here in the London Real community, it is available. So I put some links inside of the chat below. The very first link is for you to check out the Investment Club page. And that's going to give you rundown detail of what the Investment Club is all about, what we stand for, and where we see ourselves going together for the next 10 years as a community. And then also just taking a look at the caliber of companies that we've invested in from the time we started and up until now. And we've got some really good, heavy hitters that are here to definitely bring us some wealth. So what I recommend doing is going through that page, jotting down a few notes and a few questions, coming on these master classes. So by the time we do get on the line together, the call will definitely run much smoother. And I can definitely hear your intention of what you're wanting to accomplish when joining us in the investment club. So the next step is to go ahead and schedule a call with me. But as Brian says, I only want to talk to people who are serious, and serious means you are ready to join us now. If you don't see a time that's available on my calendar, please be sure to go ahead and send me a private message on Facebook Messenger. That's always the fastest way to get me, or you can send me an email at martini@londonreal.tv and let me know who you are, where you're from, and the best time to get a hold of you within your time zone, and we'll definitely make it work. And then, of course, the last step there is we want you to experience us in real time. So I know that Brian does a great job of explaining what we do and how it works, but we want to see you on the live calls on Mondays and Thursdays at every single week. Live CEOs pitching their calls. You'll see Brian doing the Shark Tank style questions, and then you'll see our amazing members, over 150 people from all over the world, coming together to invest in these early stage companies. So there's the very last link that's there in the chat. So we hope to see you on the inside soon, and back to you, Brian.
All right, great stuff. Give it up for Martini. Click on that link, book a call with her. She's the one that can change your life forever. Really appreciate everybody being here. Doreen, great to see you. Great to see you, Steve and Ravi, and all the people that kind of came in and checked in. Martini mentioned something crazy there. I had an interview with a guy named Ollie Allerton, who was on a show called SAS, Who Dares Wins. And he was an SAS soldier, pretty hardcore guy. And he said, our brains are built for fear. And we're built to be fearful of everything around us because it could hurt us. And so he said, what we do is your brain wakes up every morning and says, let's do yesterday. Does that make sense, Steve, when I say that? Or Ilana, does that make sense? Let's do yesterday. I never heard anybody, I interviewed him in Dubai because he moved there recently. I never heard anybody articulate that, but your brain says, let's just do yesterday. Let's do yesterday. Let's do yesterday, because it knows yesterday. And even though yesterday sucked and you didn't make any money and you're working at a job you hate and you're going to a house you don't love, at least it's something you know, right? It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. And so even though your brain knows that if you did something different, you might make some wealth, you might meet someone that means something to you, you might go be able to buy that house you love, it still says that it's not worth the risk. So what it does is it says, let's do yesterday instead. Does that make sense to everybody here, right? And so if you want to reverse that process, you have to be really proactive, because your brain wants to dial the risk down. All it wants to do is make sure you procreate and get enough food to survive. That's all it cares about. Now, you know that if you want to live a fulfilling life, you're going to have to go do challenging things and take risk and all that. And so you've got these two sides of your brain, and you have to fight this one over here if you want to change it. Now, the one over here is saying, no, let's do yesterday. Let's do yesterday. And part of you knows that 30 years from now, when you look back at your life, you're only going to remember the big things you accomplish. So what you have to do is you have to fight against that other brain. And you got to say, to hell with you, buddy. I know where you got me with that thinking. I'm not going to do yesterday. I'm going to do something completely new today. And even though it's foreign and a little scary, I'm going to trust the process and know that I'm going to learn something there that's going to make me a better person. And so resist that temptation to do yesterday. Try to do anything but yesterday is what I would say to you. And look, I get stuck in this cycle too. We all do. It's a natural human thing, but you got to find a way to bust out. And so find a way to engineer some risk into your life, because it's those wins that are going to take you to the next level, just like a video game. And I believe what we're doing here is another way to level up. It really is. But you got to go through that resistance to get there. It's not going to come simple, and nobody's going to give it to you. You're going to have to go out there and take it. Just that, like that lion took it. You got to go grab it. Folks, that's all I got for you. Just want to say thank you so much for being here. I know a bunch of you are in our Crypto and DeFi Academy. That's amazing. But I really implore you to pull the trigger and take that next step. I just want to make you one of the filthy rich in our investment club. And that's my single goal over the next 12, 24, 36, 48 months, is to just make every one of those members stupid rich, STOOPID rich. And that's my plan. All right. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much. Thanks to Martini. And I hope we see you all on the inside. All right. Lots of love. Bye. The mass scale transformation of humanity, the fully empowered, conscious, and cooperative species. It's something we live and breathe. We have a mission here. We want to help build the decentralized finance infrastructure of the future. What is your mission? Hey, it's Brian Rose from London Real. How would you like to join my investment club, where I teach you everything you need to know about early stage token and equity investments? Look, right now is one of the greatest times to invest in human history. We've got AI happening. We've got the metaverse that we built on AI, and all of this needs the blockchain, which is what we specialize in here. In my investment club, it's a 12-month program, 3 months of coursework where I teach you all the basics. I want to talk about how capital isn't enough, and I want to talk about how you can upgrade your arsenal of influence in a variety of ways. I teach you how to do basic due diligence. I teach you how to go to a conference and come back with 10 deals. Just go in, bam, 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 bam. This is super exciting, and we're able to do this here at London Real because I speak with some of the greatest guests on the planet. We have an amazing network, and we also have a structure to actually invest money in these deals. Just as a strategy in your business, just keep it simple, especially the first time you do it, but do it at the same time. I'm telling you, this is an incredible opportunity. I've got the best community in the business right now, 75 people from around the world in over 20 countries that are alongside, all investing together. And you can learn and network with the best in the business. No decision is much worse than a no. Something, action, action, action. The clock is ticking. If you're interested in this, click a link below and set up a call with one of my team. They'll walk you through what's happening, the opportunities, the requirements. But I plan on working with this group for the next 10 years, and we're going to do massive things here. And I hope you are a part of it. Click on the link and let's do this.